Hello, and welcome to Beyond the Chair podcast. My name is Ericka Chancellor, your host, and I'd like to welcome Miss O to the podcast from Nail
Hi.
Dega.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem, Miss O. Before we get started on who Miss O is, of course, you know we got to talk about the COVID-19.
Oh, yes.
The COVID-19 is just still, as we said, just running everything right about now. So the latest news, what was it, about 3 days ago,
Yes.
that they said that Governor Gavin in the state of California has said that he believes that the coronavirus started within the nail salons.
Lies.
Like, how do you have that much data? Like, where? How did you know where to start?
Where? How?
But what do you think about that? Oh, because this is your industry. I know you do nails. You've been doing nails for a long time.
I feel attacked. I do. I don't really know how to feel about it, to be honest with you. There's so many things that have been said, with the whole COVID-19 thing. And I think they always, do a good job at trying to just kind of trace it back to something to kind of give it meaning, really. But I will not accept that. I do not accept that. And I can give you a long list of reasons why I don't, and I will not accept it. I think maybe he was trying to target, a certain community or, as an industry. But I don't accept it. And I think it's kind of, I feel like it's an attack. I feel like this industry has been on attack for a while now. And this is just another thing to kind of, try to,
Smear it.
Yeah, smear it and kind of break us down. But I know us as a beauty industry, like we're really strong, we're real resilient, and we are artists and we're passionate about our craft. One thing that I have a problem with that is, people don't really understand how hard our job is. People don't understand that this takes skill, right? This takes practice, it takes work, it takes skill, it takes a financial investment, no matter what level of the beauty industry you are in. It really takes a person saying, I like this, I like to do this, and I want to pursue this for the rest of my life. And that's just from the artist's perspective. This isn't even from dealing with customers, right? Like the other side of, that doesn't really get talked about a lot. But I just think it's an attack, and it's just a way to kind of like break us down. But I stand firm in my artistry. I stand firm with other artists like yourself. Okay. And I will, continue to support other artists, and also, continue to stand in front of my salon and my space, because this is really all that I have.
Right.
So, to try to attack that is kind of sad in a way.
And it's interesting, I must continue to say that the governor's hair is always done and cut.
Right. So what you saying? And I'm sure he don't do it himself.
And so is Trump's. I don't see any gray
wait,
hair.
and Trump be getting tanned? Well, he got tanned too? Like, who gonna do that?
Yeah, but we're non-essential, so
right,
okay, yeah,
right.
Okay, so we're gonna leave that there. We're gonna just leave that right on the table.
Because that's a whole nother.
Yeah. We would take up probably the whole podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
COVID-19 in the beauty industry.
Yeah.
Okay, so just tell me a little bit about yourself. How did you get into the industry? How did this become your passion?
Well, this became my passion because I'm an artist at heart. I've been drawing and painting and singing and dancing and just expressing like my creativeness like since I was a child. Okay. But more so, I love to paint and I love working with color. Okay. So after cosmetology school, I went to a fashion design school, and in that college time, I learned like color theory. And color theory was my absolute favorite. I loved like starting with like primary colors and mixing colors and just coming up with my own colors. And I was aware of like the effect that color has on people.
Yes.
So color definitely started me out.
Okay.
And taking what I learned in cosmetology school, I was just like...
They do dip it into it a little bit about the color chart.
Yeah, they do. They do, but
not as expensive, I'm sure,
not like in fashion. No, not at all, not at all. So that was great, and just learning about color was great. And then I always liked to paint and stuff, but like I felt like a canvas was just too big for me. Like a whole canvas was like too big. So I'm like, okay, I like smaller, on a smaller scale, right? So art, nails just became like my canvas. And just really seeing like polishing and just even like ombreing into different colors and just all of it just really like just grabbed me and just sucked me in. And I've been doing it ever since. And yeah, I just got started just, you know, obviously going to school, getting licensed, stuff like that, but just having a love for beauty and fashion.
Okay.
And I knew that like there was something in me that could really, you know, build a clientele, like be that people person, have the girls come in and really take good care of them and treat them with respect and really...
May I ask, before you continue, where do you think that stemmed from? That ability to be able to provide like customer service and being able to be attentive to the client's needs?
Girl, I've been working since I was like 12.
Okay.
I've been working since I was like 12. So customer service, I mean, all of that, just being like a nurturer, I guess you can say, and really taking care of the client stemmed from not only working, but like my household growing up. Like, you know, I was the most mature, like, you know, just real life stuff, right? That just carried me this whole way.
Okay.
And I looked up and there weren't really many like nail technicians that were like nice and good. Right? Like you can be really good, but like, yeah, like people are like, oh, she's good, but I don't really like her. You know what I mean? Like I just didn't want to be that person. So I'm like, okay, like I can be really nice to these ladies, treat them good. They need a place where they can come to and really be serviced very well. And at the same time, you know, give them some dope art on their nails or do a really good manicure, and just how they feel afterwards.
Right. Looking at your nails.
It's just like, oh my God, like I'm a whole nother, let me get my hair done now, like I'm on, right? Like just being responsible for that feeling is really why I still do this.
Empowerment, almost, you can say.
Yeah, definitely empowering the customer. That makes me feel very good.
Yes, definitely.
So that's how I got into doing nails.
Okay, alrighty. So next question we have, do you think it's important to take your business beyond the chair? And when I say beyond the chair, I mean, you didn't just go and rent another nails booth or, you know, you came and you opened up your own salon and you were able to put your own touch to it and give your own feeling to it. Do you think that it is important to take your business beyond the chair?
I think it's important to take your business beyond the chair. I think it's important to take your business beyond the chair. beyond the chair. I think it's important to take your business wherever you go, like wherever. I think it's important. And I know, you know, you mentioned the whole booth rental thing. Like there's avenues, like this is a multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-directional, multi-path industry, right? I think it's important when deciding that, you know, where to go with it is like, what's your goal? What are you trying to do? Like, where do you want to end up? What are you trying to do? What are you doing? Like, let's start there. Like, what are we doing? What are you doing, right? And I think it's just always good to just have that focus and have that peripheral to say, okay, yes, I'm doing this from, you know, 10 to 7, right? whether I'm in a booth, because maybe that's all you can afford at that time. Right? Is that booth. And you work that booth, girl, right? And you make that booth work, right? But when you get off of work at 7 o'clock, you still have 6 more hours that you can utilize in your day.
Right.
You do. Like people they think you get off done and you're done, but that's not it. Like if you're really trying, that's what I'm saying, you gotta figure out what are you trying to do.
Right.
Because if you're really trying to expand and go and not just stay above the water, but you're trying to swim and be deep with it. Like you have to think, okay, well, I have this many hours that I can really apply to my business.
Right.
In what other ways can I do that? Okay, so maybe that is working a little bit more to afford an actual salon. Or maybe it's getting a little bit more to start a polished collection. Or maybe it's a little bit more to, I don't know, like I just launched the Nail Dega University, the School of Beauty and Business.
Nice.
So with that, it's like, I can hire girls and I can bring them in and I can teach them everything that I know, but some people don't want to rent that booth.
Right.
Some people want to open their own. So here, let me show you how to not only do nails, let me show you how to do lashes, but take the business class so that you can see how you can apply starting a business to your everyday right now. Like there's things that you can be doing right now to start your business.
Yes,
like, and sometimes when I say that, when I'm on different panels and stuff like that, I feel like people kind of like cringe or like they think I'm too serious, and it's like, yeah, I'm very serious.
Right.
But at the same time, you can't. But you can't ask for the advice, and then I tell you, and then you be like, oh, I don't want to not buy that dress or not buy that drink that's going to save me $100 in a night and put it towards my business.
Right.
Little things like that.
Exactly. So it does take a lot of sacrifice.
It does take a lot of sacrifice.
It does take a lot of planning.
But it's rewarding.
Yes, but it's rewarding, definitely. This industry has been nothing but good to me. Mm-hmm. So
it's as good as you are to it, though.
Yeah,
let's say
that's
that.
True.
You
that's
have to
true.
give it to get it.
That's true.
So
you're right. And I have been good to this business.
There we go.
Definitely.
There we go. So it's good to you.
I have dedicated a lot of hours.
There we go.
What they say, mastering is 10,000
10,000, baby, huh?
Yeah.
How long ago did you reach your 10,000?
Oh my gosh.
How long has it been? Because I remember the day I reached mine.
I don't know. I actually stopped counting.
There we go.
Probably,
after you get the 10,000, okay, I'm good. You know, I'm selling right now.
Actually, I was working on my 10 before I even got licensed.
Huh. I heard that.
But, it is what it is.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so let's see what else we have on that. So licensing.
Yes.
I know that licensing is a big deal.
Mm-hmm.
And people, as you said, a lot of times we don't think about the future. We're just in the moment. We want to make the money. We heard about doing nails, how much money it could bring you. What do you think about, what can you tell people about licensing and how important you think it is to the industry?
What I can say about licensing is that it is the ultimate importance. Okay. It is the ultimate, not only just getting that piece of paper, but like you said, the hours that you put into getting that, but just the knowledge that you receive and that it sticks to you is greater than any, quick job.
Any money,
any $100, whatever, how much ever your rate is. If you don't have a license for that, it's almost like low key. It's almost like stealing. Kinda like because you're not qualified. You're not qualified.
Right.
You're not qualified.
So it does have to do with integrity.
It does. It does.
Has a lot to do with the integrity.
It does.
Of the person.
And it doesn't there's something that happens when you walk and you're confident in your artistry because you're backed by a license. Like you're like
a certain professionalism.
It does. You automatically take responsibility.
Yes.
Automatically. Yeah. I think
so.
Licensing is super important. Just having that knowledge, though. I'm not saying you got to go out and get like a super duper like spiffy education. I'm just saying, be licensed in your industry, and if you need to better your skills, take another class, or just be equipped to actually service and do that procedure is what I'm saying.
And so with licensing, I know that a lot of states require continued ed hours.
Okay.
So that means that when I say continued ed hours, when you go to renew your license, they may require you to have had 1,500
in the salon.
15 extra continued education hours.
Yeah.
So you could do it in any kind of area. You can do it in teachers training. You can do it in disinfecting. I know that Barberside has a certificate that you can get right now. You may get like an hour. Milady has one that you can get 2 hours. So different states are requiring this continued ed. California hasn't had it, and we don't have it.
Well, with this whole coronavirus thing, I think now is the time, to kind of jump on board with it, because honestly, I don't think just to kind of go back to that, because it's on my mind now. I don't really think that, we could talk about nail salons as a whole, right?
Right, no.
Because there's people out here who are legit and who are doing things legitly, right? Because we have a license and we're professional, right?
Exactly.
So,
and we care about the industry.
We do care about the industry, and we care about our customers. We care about our communities. Like, it goes deep, right?
Exactly.
But I think that maybe when that is spoken of, it's kind of targeting a certain demographic or a certain type of owner, right? Who doesn't care that much. They're so far removed that they don't really care.
Yes.
So I think the continue hours thing, I feel like it could be a hindrance to those who aren't like up on their professionalism or who really don't care. But for people like you and I who really are in the field and we're doing this every day, like, it really is gonna be something that kind of can make you or break you. And then it kind of creates this boundary where it's like the elite.
I think it separates
it separates.
It does. It does a separation between the good and the, I don't want to say evil, but
I mean, hey, call it what it is. They're the ones responsible for making all this stuff be bad, right? So, call them non-righteous.
Right. Definitely. So, before we end, I want to know, what type of advice would you give a new nail tech that wants to get into the industry? Like, literally, I want you to think back to when you tried to grab hold to this industry and run in it.
Yeah.
What would you tell them?
Okay, well, what I would tell a new nail technician, and I would just say like a beauty professional, because I didn't just start off doing nails. Like, I'm a cosmetologist. Like, I started off like in beauty.
So happy to know that, because I hate carved out licenses. Just
no.
Lay that on the table.
I'm a cosmetologist. Like, I'm a beauty professional. Like, I've been like, nails is just what I chose, like, out of it all.
Exactly.
But
and that's what I think cosmetology is about.
Yeah,
it's
do
about
it all
going
and then
to learn all of it.
Yeah, and then choose.
Choosing what you
but
know
that's
your
the
best
freedom, and that's the beauty of this industry. Aren't we blessed?
Definitely. So
we are so blessed out here. Oh my gosh. Okay, so. Yes, I'm a beautician, and I think that for advice to give other beauticians or new coming in is, when you have to be a sponge. Be a sponge. And I'm not talking about a little low-key spy sponge that just goes around taking from people. I'm not talking about one of those, because those are out there. I'm talking about one that is really down with the art of beautifying, learning technique. But don't learn and steal. I'm sorry, but I'm just saying, like, learn and adapt your own. Right? Learn from the best and figure out what works for you and what doesn't work for you as far as like your technique goes, right? So skill is important. Like, you have to have skill, right? Definitely. That's why you get licensed. So yes, get your licenses up and you get your skill.
Right.
And you hone in on your skill and you just work that skill. And if it's multiple skills, that's okay. That's the beauty of it. I definitely think continuing education is really important. That way you can learn from multiple people. So like I said, we just launched the Dega University, the School of Beauty and Business. So we're on summer session right now. So those classes are available, and other people are always doing classes. And even if it's not a class, like if you have a homegirl who does hair, like I'm definitely gonna be at your shop. I'm just letting you know that right now. I'm sorry. I'm just gonna let you know that. So I'm definitely gonna be at your shop. But just if you have a friend like that, like, hey, like I'm just gonna come through and just vibe together and really build together.
And she said,
like,
be a sponge.
You have to be a sponge, but
like, where'd you get
but
this?
it's more.
Where'd you do that?
It's more than just being a sponge, though. It's support.
Mm-hmm.
Like this industry, like this whole industry. It is crazy, right? Because we're taking so much from different people, getting our supplies, using our supplies, our customer, it could be a lot. So sometimes I feel like as a beautician, support is really necessary. Just, hey girl, I'm gonna come get my hair done, but I really just wanna kick it with you low key. You know what I mean?
Just and talk.
And talk,
just
really.
Yes.
But really though, you get me? Okay,
exactly.
So be a sponge, yes. Figure out your goals, like what do you wanna do? Where do you wanna be? And where can you start right now?
Right.
Whether that's, I don't know, starting an Instagram and posting up your work and collecting emails, getting you a website, collect emails because you have to have a fan base. Like just little bitty things that you can do right now that cost almost nothing.
Right.
Especially during these times are very, very, like how you move right now, I feel like is really important. Like it really is.
It's distinguishing the,
the gap is getting
people, the true professionals from the novice, shall I say.
No, you're so right. You're so right. So just doing something like today, and then also too, just always figure out a way to stay inspired.
Okay.
Always find a way to stay inspired. Sometimes, like, we do the same styles over and over again, right? Like they want this, they want this, they want this. And that's fine. You can bust that out. Like that's easy. But sometimes after just kind of doing so much of the same, you just kind of you might lose inspiration, right?
Yeah.
So what I do is I'm inspired by street culture. Like even in fashion, I was in streetwear.
Okay.
Like I'm menswear specifically, but streetwear.
Right.
And it was really like, I'm just inspired by the streets. So my thing is like, I love electrical boxes.
Okay.
And I will be somewhere, Venice Beach, Echo Park, Glendale, wherever, and I'll see like a really dope electrical box.
Right.
And I will take the picture and I will either put it on myself and usually my customers then will like it, or they'll say, I don't know, girl, just do something. And I'll pull out that picture of the electrical box and I'll just do it on some nails. Or I'll just find a magazine and not necessarily look at the fashion in it, but just look at like texture. When I'm training girls, I always say like, look at patterns, look at fabrics. And that could just be like my fashion industry coming out, but all the things that we do just kind of like make us who we are, you know? And there was one more thing that I wanted to say about the inspiration. There was this thing that I was watching, and it was about car interiors. I'm not really into cars, but I love interiors, right?
Interesting.
And it was on Lexus, or I don't know what car it was on, but anyway, the guy said, if you want to make a great interior, don't look at other interiors.
Yes, that's my goal for the podcast. I try not to look at anybody's podcast because I want this to be my podcast.
Yeah,
so,
and I get like you have to, look at some like design. But look at other things that inspire you because inspiration is everywhere.
Definitely.
So get educated, continue your education, get licensed, find friends like beauty friends that are in the industry, and stay inspired. That's what I would say to any new nail tech, beautician, anybody getting into the industry, and really anybody that's starting anything new during these times. Those are education, skills, qualifications, friends, and inspiration.
I think those are three good things that you guys can use at this COVID-19 time.
Yes.
That you're wasting all your time.
Yeah.
Probably watching.
What they watching, girl?
Netflix, Hulu.
Girl, eating.
Well, you can watch YouTube because I'm on YouTube.
Girl, the
Yeah,
snacks.
sure you
Them
follow.
snacks,
Yeah,
though.
and then, the extra 15 that everybody clicked on.
Go learn something. Go learn something.
Definitely. So, before we go, would you like to give your social media handles out? Your school information.
Yes.
You want to come and visit her school?
Yes. Okay, so you can follow the salon at naildega.com or at Nail Dega everywhere. My personal Instagram is Lonnie Bills with a Z. And then, the school. So the school summer session is starting in July. And that's also can be found at naildega.com. And it's called the Dega University because the salon is Nail Dega, and it's the School of Beauty and Business. And classes are pretty affordable, and it's an all-day thing, and we feed you, and we give you kits, and you just leave with a plethora of knowledge to apply to the real world. And it's something that's been asked for a long time. So during this COVID-19 time, I was able to kind of scale back and really focus on curriculum and getting everything together for that. So follow Nail Dega, Lonnie Bills on Instagram, and come get your nails done.
Yes, Nail Dega. Thank you for
Thank
tuning
you.
in.
Thank you.
O, for inviting me to your salon.
No problem.
We're also here, satellite, or no, not satellite. We're on location.
Oh, we're on location. Girl, we on set, honey.
Yeah, we're on location at Nail Dega. Yes, and it's smelling real.
What it smelling like?
Disinfected up in here.
Clean, girl. Clean. Yes, got the wood shining.
Yes, definitely. So thank you very much.
Thank you for having me
again. Yes. So I got another contact, y'all. So,
yes. Come through. Come through.
Come through. I'm definitely recommending O and Nail Dega.
Please do. Please do. Thank you so much.
Thank you for tuning in. Beyond the Chair.
Bye.
We're out.